a lot of times when Falco double jumps high, they like doing an up B. So I short hop, confirming that he up Bs. If he side Bs, then I just double jump back on stage and, you know, up air, send him off stage. I saw that he up B. I was like, okay, easiest bear of my life. Okay, never mind. Alright. So, what I always think about versus Falco is at the very start of the stage, there's nothing that you could do except for the fact that the Falco is going to laser. Because why not, you know? You can't really do anything else, right? There's also the few psychotic Falcos that don't laser at the start of this game, so those guys are weird. And to account for them, you always have to react to something. And to me, that reaction cue is always the audio. For that reason, I also always recommend, if you're playing online, to turn on Wasabi audio, where it's only a 2-frame delay rather than a 4-frame delay. Makes reacting to things a lot easier. And the biggest thing I always react to versus laser is the sound startup, because for most people, human auditory reactions are faster than visual reactions. I think like by roughly 4 to 5 frames, give or take, variance. For me, definitely audio is faster. And I always react to the start of this laser sound, going dashing forward, react to laser sound, and then dash back, set up a power shield. In this case, I messed up, but hey, it's okay. You're not going to always hit every single power shield. The most important thing is just being able to move quickly out of it. And in this case, I moved by wave dashing out of shield. Whereas like a lot of Marts, I feel, would just like stand there. Like, I've given so many lessons on Mart Falco where this is by far the biggest issue, is that they take or they shield a laser and they just kind of stand there, giving Falco all the free pressure in the world. And I always tell them, it's like, why aren't you moving more? You would make the Falco's life so much harder if you were moving more. And this is an example of that, where like, okay, like he's checking to see if I would stay there, but because I'm not sitting still, he doesn't get all the free pressure. And now we're playing. Now I have more tools at my disposal. And here, it's like, so now, after I don't just sit there, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna jump at you, see what happens. The idea is that I could take laser fair if he just goes in, and even if I whiff, okay, I whiff the fair, and now I'm at a definite frame at disadvantage. While dash back is a fast move, it's not like a frame 1 move, it's more like a frame 3 to 4 move. So that's why I didn't dash back here, because like I was like, okay, if I dash back now, I will get hit. So therefore, I'm gonna set up a crouch shield just in case he lasers as well. This is just like a setup, a check, and I'm just gonna hold this for a little bit. Because here's the big thing that you always need to know about Falco at the end of the day, is that his grab follow-up sucks against Marth. Especially if you smash the eye up his laser. It's like, if he grabs me, I don't mind, you know? When Fox grabs you, he could get a lot of it, providing that you're not hitting your smash the eye every time. Falco, even if he gets, like, the best follow-up he has, like, up throw, up air. It's like, maybe 20, maybe. And you shouldn't get hit by that in the first place. It's also way easier to smash Jai up Falco up throw, because it's a multi-hit move. It's really easy. It's very generous. So, and you know, he crossed me up, and there's no way Falco could catch me on time by rolling in. And he didn't laser here, and now I have pretty... Now, like, I'm free to, like, you know, escape the situation. I escaped the situation by rolling in, and I could have grabbed here, but I chose to play a little bit more conservatively by wave dashing back. And I'm just going to set up a same jump. One of the best things that you could do against Falco Laser is jumping into his laser and taking laser fair. At this rough distance, when Falco gives you a lot of space and he tries to close the space, you could almost always take laser fair. In this case, I didn't even take the laser. I just jumped over it. And then I just faired him because he thought that he could get more off of it. And then I got a grab off of that because you just didn't expect that. And it's not like you could crouch cancel a fair in the air. And so I didn't expect that. That gave me a free grab on FD. And I'm able to chain grab. And if you ever get a grab towards the corner and you could forward throw, forward throw. Forward throw is so good. Hey guys, if you guys are struggling with your Slippi ranked games, I've got just the thing for you. Head on over to my Patreon where even the $5 tier has so much resources for improvement. If you're really looking to take your gameplay to the next level, I got some coaching on my Patreon and my Metafy, so check me out in the link below. Anyways, let's get back to the video. Cause like, you could just set up for a gimp. In this case though, I misread. I thought he would jump earlier. I should have been more intentful reacting to how low he drops, because I thought he would instant double jump, but he didn't exactly do that. So because I read an instant double jump rather than him doing a later double jump. That's why this fair failed. And I tried to like greed with down tilt. That didn't work out. So okay, I didn't get the edge guard. That just happens. I'm safe. He misread as well. And again, at this spot, I like jumping to Falco because it's at this, like, you know, sweet spot range where even if I take it, I can take laser fair. You see how I fared? I took the laser and I just spam fair again here. It's so good. It's like one of Mart's best anti-neutral anti-laser options at closer quarters. And I was able to pressure well with grab. Get some Maya up air strings. Send him off stage. And this is a soft read that I did, is that a lot of times when Falco double jumps high, they like doing an up B. So I short hop, confirming that he up Bs. If he side Bs, then I just double jump back on stage and, you know, up air, send him off stage. I saw that he up B. I was like, okay, easiest bear of my life. So, yeah, that resulted in that because I was able to time take laser fair. It's like a combination of mashing / timing. It's because I definitely do sometimes mash it, but I think I kind of intuitively know the timing too. And he didn't respect my ledge spacing, so I was able to get free fair and free shield grab. This time I wait. This time I make the correct read where, okay, now he delays his double jump and then side B, so I know I could get a double jab here. Free stock. All because the Falco did not respect my fair from ledge spacing. He did not react properly after getting hit by fair. His instinct was to shield, which loses a shield grab. And then I waited for his double jump this time around, and I was able to get a stock off it. That's not to say, though, that, like, Falco has no options. Like, he could have air dodged in after the first jab. He could have not shielded after taking the fair from ledge. He could have also just played the spacing better. So, the Falco could have just played this better, frankly. But because he just didn't know, I was able to get a very solid conversion off of it. Oh, and even the Shorin. He definitely didn't do the Shorin correctly. Like, you can't Shorin this far away. Like, if you want to Shorin, you're supposed to Shorin more around here. This is, like, the correct spacing to Shorin. If you Shorin here, you will usually dodge double jab. So, he also didn't Shorin properly in that regard either. Maybe he tried to mid Shorin, but you're crazy if you try to go for mid Shorins consistently. So, you know, this time, I should have gone for fair from ledge again because he was just, again, not respecting the space. But I just didn't this time around. I tried to time for a ledge dash. I fucked up. But the thing is that he's daring me below 35%. And 35% is an important threshold because that's when dare knocks down. And when dare doesn't knock down when you're in the air, you could always you're in land cancel, which is like the same lag timing as auto cancel, crouch cancel, and I'm able to just buffer a shield here. Because like I can't dash in time to escape shine, but I could definitely shield you know, shine pressure by light shielding, and he actually should have caught this roll away because even though light shielding is really good at escaping Falco pressure, it's not great when he shines behind my shield. Probably should have rolled in to the edge rather than to center stage, but he fucked up his input. Also, another rule that I always keep in mind why audio is so important against Falco, I always actually look out for one thing. It's I dash back and I react. Does he laser? And if he does laser, then I set up a power shield timing. And if he doesn't, if I don't hear any sound as I dash back, then I don't power shield and I set up for a pivot grab. Because again, audio reactions are faster than human reactions. So I always set up that I cover my neutral options by always reacting to laser sound with a power shield. And the level 2 that you could do as well is instead of power shielding, sometimes you could set up a jump. So then, because like I'm not actually hitting my power shields for whatever reason, the level 2 here, because I always check with level 1 with power shields, because Falcos are getting better and better at covering like power shield kind of play. What you could do is also jump into the laser and take laser fair. That's something that Zane has really been abusing as of late, and it gives him so much mileage. And I do it too, but I wait for the Falco to prove that they could overcome the power shield barrage first. And in this case, it didn't power shield, so I wave dash quickly out of it. I actually messed up an input, but he fucks up an input too. And he does this like... So I take my space. I thought he would just go in, but he... So this is kind of like an ugly scramble situation, but because like this is just... I was like, oh, I'm just gonna trust that you just absolutely don't know what you're doing here, and I did take a big risk here, but actually not that big of a risk, because I'm at 31, he doesn't have Mango-esque punish game, so I'm able to get away with this forward smash. I think if I wanted to play this more conservatively, I probably should have dashed or even light shield. I screwed up my pivot grab here, so I just messed up my tech skill. He messed up his tech skill, and I'm able to get a neat reversal. Turn around up tilt is good there. So I thought about neutral B here, and the reason why I didn't go for it is because if I full drift in double jump neutral B here, I'm not positive that I make it back here. Because like, yeah, I could have double jump neutral B to kill. I'm not positive that from the drift in, because like I probably need to drift in with the neutral B to hit. I'm gonna check one more time. It's like, maybe if I did like a slight drift before neutral B, like at the notch angle, top left notch, maybe I could recover. But it's tough to say. And I definitely didn't have that awareness in the moment. I was like, oh shit. If I neutral B now, as I'm thinking about it, I'm definitely gonna die. So I just settled with a fair, and that didn't really set up for a kill. I think if I did a slight drift in neutral B here, I could get a kill. And like I also need a buffer drifting back and side B. If I definitely do a full drift in neutral B, I definitely do not make it back. So could have done a slight drift in neutral B to really optimize this combo. Instead, I settled for a fair because I did not know what else I was supposed to do there. And that got him back on stage. Again, why flowcharts are so important to master. That being said, I definitely skill gap this Falco a lot, where, hey, like I said earlier, you know, I jump into the laser instead of power shielding this time around, and I set up my take laser fair. Now, for Falco, could have done like, he was clearly intending to take space with this laser and maybe even get out juicy aerial, but the Falco could have, in theory, do like a laser jab or laser dash attack shine, but he tried to go for something else, and I'm able to fit in a take laser fair, and that it's so good if they aren't intending to do like a laser jab or shine. If they do like a laser jab or shine, that's funny enough when shield grab becomes really good. But that's like the level 3 mix-up stuff that you should not do as a starter. You shouldn't default to that first. You have to wait for them to do stuff like laser shine and laser jab first. But yeah, that's like kind of like my level 2 where I saw that my parachutes weren't working, so like, okay, I'm gonna jump through the laser and fair, see how you deal with it, and that caused him to rage quit. Like, I basically countered his entire neutral game because he really did not know the flowcharts on how to fight a mark of my caliber. My flowcharts were decent overall. I hit most of my punishes. The neutral B I could have optimized a bit better, but overall I bopped him. 4 stocks on FD.